Hi, welcome to this week's Midweek Connection. My name is Todd Jordan. I serve as senior pastor here at Strawbridge United Methodist Church, and I'm delighted that you've joined me. I'd like to read to you from Mark chapter 1, verses 35 through 39. It says, "In the morning, while it was still very dark, Jesus got up and went out to a deserted place, and there he prayed. And Simon and his companions hunted for him. When they found him, they said to him, 'Everyone is searching for you.' He said, 'Let us go on to the neighboring towns so that I may proclaim the message there also, for that is what I came to do.' And he went out throughout Galilee, proclaiming the message in their synagogues and casting out demons." Like any good teacher, Jesus leads by example. And I think one of the most important things that Jesus found, not only for himself and his earthly ministry, but for his disciples as well, was the need to retreat, to get away, spend some time in prayer, and spend some time feeding and nourishing the soul. Jesus had a busy schedule ahead of him, and he had a tough road ahead of him in terms of his ministry, his teachings, and then, of course, his death and resurrection. He needed prayer to be a regular part of it. He knew his disciples needed to know that that is something that's important. I pray that you'll take some time in your life. I know you're busy. I know the work that you do is important. I know that your soul is also very important. And I think all of us would do well to take after the leadership of Jesus, who even himself, being Son of God, needed to take moments to get away by himself, spend time in prayer. In fact, this week, I myself have joined several other clergy in Lakeview for a clergy retreat that we do a couple of times a year, again, as a way to come together for fellowship, to worship together, to support one another, and of course, to find some time to feed our souls. This is all very important. I look at it kind of like this. You know, when you go into an airplane and you're about to take off, they give you those instructions on what to do if you ever lose cabin pressure, the little oxygen masks fall. And if you're sitting with someone, especially a child, what is it they tell you to do with the mask first? Put it on yourself, then help others with their mask, because if you're not getting oxygen, you're not going to be of any use to anyone. I feel like it's the same way with our souls. Jesus calls us to serve others. Jesus calls us to bear witness, to reach out, to do work outside the church walls. But we don't want to do so from an empty place. We don't want to do so with a malnourished soul. We need to make sure we're taking care of our spiritual lives before we can go out and address the spiritual needs of others. So I would simply end by asking you this: how is it with your soul? Are you taking time to nourish yourself spiritually? Have you given yourself psychological permission to take the time necessary to do that? Something to think about. May God bless you. Have a great week, and I look forward to worshiping with you this Sunday.